Because there's no one different. I mean, whether you're from a suburb, whether you're from a village, you're not different. You're beautiful young women. And there is no difference, really. Whether you come from a wealthy family or what. We don't have, like, there's no difference. The wealth that you have in your family is not yours. It's your family. If your family decides, you know what, something happens, they have to sell each and everything, and then you guys are left with nothing. And you don't go to school and you tell yourself that we've got riches at home, so I'm sorted. How long is it going to go on? There's nothing powerful beyond knowledge, beyond being educated. Hence, I stand here as a proud graduate and told myself that, you know what, I'm that it girl who's going to graduate and who's going to show the world that, you know what, this thing that there'll be women dropping out of IT and everything. In my year of graduation, actually first year, there are a lot of women that dropped out. And it was sad to see that. Why? Because there's so much peer pressure going around. There's so much that young women get to experience. And this is something that you need to listen carefully to. Beautiful as you are, there's so much that you have to offer in the world. And the minute you realize that, the minute you tell yourself that you know what, I'm making a decision to take charge of my life and realize that, you know what, I am important. And whatever that I'm going to put my mind into, I'm going to make sure that it happens. You've got that power within yourself. So the minute you start realizing that, the minute you realize that no one is going to start playing around with you. I will tell you a story. When I was doing maybe first, second year, you know, it was difficult at home at sometimes. Like, I never stayed in rest, by the way. But I stayed in the commune. It's like, by this small passage, a small gate, Punale passage. It's like 5 minutes away. I used to stay there. And the rent at that point was 350. So my parents would send me 500. So on the 500, I have to eat, I have to pay rent, I have to do my hair, I have to, you know, have a nice gym or whatever, and go to school. You understand? And what happens when I get to class? I see all these ladies wearing nice clothes and everything, and I'm like, what about me? I wish I had one of those. But forgetting that, you know what, we're not from the same background. Forgetting that the situation that I'm in right now is just temporary. That's something that you have to stick in your mind as a woman. Because what used to happen, okay, it was on a Friday. I remember it very clearly. It was on a Friday afternoon, after school. This guy stopped me by the passage, driving a nice car. He was a bit older than me. I mean, I could really see. And he was like, can I take you out for dinner or something? And in my mind, I'm like, ish, go to me, can I half a brown? Can I more white? Can I maybe a couple of potatoes and soup, brown onion soup? You know brown onion soup is, when you mix it, that aroma, at least you feel like, you know, you ate meat or something like that. So that's what I had in my room. And the thought in my head, I'm like, what do I do? So he's taking me out. So do I go? And I'm tempted. I'm like, okay, if I go with him, it means I'll save myself some food for tomorrow. So it means today I won't be able to eat. I'll just, you know, be sorted with the dinner. And trust me, I won't lie to you. I went. Guess what? I ordered steak and chips. I finished the whole plate. You know what? Because I knew that, hey, mobile dish plus mobile, don't eat too much mobile. You know? So I was like, no. Okay. And then he dropped me off by the gate. And then he gives me 100 rand. Or was it 200? I think it was 100 rand. And I was excited. I'm like, okay, nice. No, it was 200 to be exact. So I was like, okay, what is 200? at that point, like, I still care. You know, Afrotex, it was 60 bucks. It was 60 bucks. So I'm like, I can buy that. I can go to Mr. Price and maybe get myself a jean. And then after that, got change, I'll see what I can do. I was excited for the moment. Next day, it was Kolong. I tell a friend, a male friend, who's still my friend today, who is busy building himself a $1 million house at this point. And I was like, okay, told me, when I can copy the area or the guy, going to lunch, I was going to go. You know, as I was going to go, then we busy talking, when I can copy the Mabani. And it's like, and I'm just ignoring that. I'm just ignoring that. Who's that? Why are you so excited about that? Do you even know the person? So all of that didn't click at that point. Until I got back home and I'm like, okay, do I know what I'm doing at this point? Do I know why I'm here? Because here's the thing. The minute I start allowing that to happen, it means I'm going to start being someone's so-called, wife or someone to just use me because of money. And the question is, am I worth a plate of steak and chips? Am I worth 200 rand? I'm not worth that. Do you think you're worth that? No. So I had to make a decision that, sometimes we come from different backgrounds where you realize that, our families are not able to provide for us the way we wish. But here's the thing, you need to be responsible. You need to take charge as well. So I had to take charge. And I said to myself, I need to help my parents at some point. And what did I do? I used to sell Avon. You know Avon is? Yeah. I'm sure some of you are sitting at me. I used to sell Avon. And this is what I used to do. Sometimes I would go in each and every room, in each and every rest, selling that. Why? Because I don't want to go a day without bread and having to stress and worry that my parents are not providing for me. Because I'm here to study. And the minute I start worrying myself about the situation at home and the fact that I don't have money, I'm going to start thinking about Bush Sugar Daddy, now called blessers and everything like that. And what do I do to my future? Chances are I'm not going to get anywhere. Chances are I wouldn't have graduated. You understand my point? So sometimes in life, whatever that you come across in life, whatever situation you find yourself in, it's not really a major thing. You just need to sit down and think to yourself that, who am I? What do I want? Is this the reason why my parents brought me to this world? Brought me to school? I mean, they're sacrificing so much. And then you're not even trying your best. So I had to make that decision until I realized that, I need to push as much as I can and focus on my studies. We've got different types of friends. We've got those toxic friends. I'm not sure the friend that you're sitting next to right now is a good friend. I'm not sure about that. You know better than I do. But here's the thing. Often enough, you guys, we as women, I just want to say we because this is someone who has experienced certain things. So I want you to understand that I'm not just saying something, I'm saying something that has happened to me. So sometimes in life you realize that you have friends that try to influence you to doing something that is irrelevant. And this is something that you need to take control over. You are powerful, and before your friend, it's just you. And the minute you realize that you are not here to play games, you are here to get your diploma and get your BTEC or go work and do whatever. There is no time to play. Each and every single moment that you waste, just know that you are adding up to your problems in life. So the minute you start associating yourself with people that are toxic, people that aren't really serious about life, I'm sorry, just know that right now you are applying for failure. Because here's the thing, what would be the point of you sitting down with me, listening to me while I just talk about parties, while I talk about something that is not even going to benefit you. Is it worth it? It's not worth it. The people that you associate yourself with are able to elevate your life. So the minute you realize that, you know what, the friend that you thought was that good friend, that it friend, every weekend with a bag of Gucci's and everything like that, Lebra Mangman. No, she's the most popular one. Where is that popularity going to end up?